Welcome back to the Meeple Marathon. Today we're going to be taking a look at how I went about painting Clotho, the human psionic. This character and miniature were part of the Stories expansion for Tiny Epic Dungeons. So I always like to start in the kind of middle of the miniature, I guess you could say, the hardest to reach places, and I almost always start with the skin since it's the lightest color, and most other colors, if I go a little bit overboard, can cover up it easily. For Clotho, who has a darker skin tone, I basically took pretty much a 50-50 mix of XV88 mixed with the Kislev flesh layer, and this took about 2 coats to give her a nice base of the skin. But then after that, I really didn't mess with her skin much, other than to give her some highlights at the end from her glowing hand. But I didn't feel the need to have to put a wash over it or anything else. These are very small miniatures, so those tiny little details will probably get lost in the mix. Up next, we are going to basically fill out the rest of her outfit, which is made up of some whites, some yellows, and some blues. Basically pretty basic colors here. I used my lemon yellow as my yellow. It's a little bit lighter in tone, and you can see me here. I'm basically just painting out all of the white, and then I lost my video, or maybe I just didn't record it well, but after this I will block out all of the yellow, even the parts where it looks blue. Basically the rest of her outfit I'm going to make yellow, and so here you can see that I've just completely blocked her out in yellow and white, and so the only thing remaining is kind of that pink sash at the bottom, and then the blue, which is going to make up her hair, her boots, and trim out her top. So while I'm waiting for the yellow to dry, because I'm going to be painting blue over top of the yellow, I go ahead and with a mix here of this pink and purple color, I created as best I could. I wasn't super happy with it. I felt like it was a little dark, but at the end of the day, I just kind of moved on. And this is really just for this sash that's kind of poking out the bottom of her outfit here along her back. So now that we have, now that the yellow has dried, I come back in and very carefully just kind of start drawing in the blue. The blue covers very nicely over the yellow, and so since I blocked everything out in yellow, and now I'm going back in and just taking my time to make nice straight lines, I'm basically creating that blue vest she has on with the yellow border, which is essentially what the picture looks like. Again, if I had blocked it out in blue, it would have been a lot more layers to come back with the yellow and block out the edges in yellow. So I kind of reverse engineered it this way, and I think it turned out quite well. After I block out the blue of her vest, I paint up her hair, and I'm going to paint up her boots blue, and I'm pretty sure that's all the rest of, that basically covers up all the gray. She has basically got all of her base coats in now at this point. So now that I have basically the miniature, all the base coats on the miniature, the only shade I used was Drakenhof Nightshade. And basically that was just to kind of pull out the details in her hair and on her boots. I did not use any of it on her vest because I wanted that to be really clean. And I was going to be adding some basically object source lighting kind of highlights from her hand, her glowing hand here in a minute. So again, the only shade I used was the blue shade, Drakenhof Nightshade. And then here at the end, I'm going to be coming in and basically just adding in highlights as if using her hand as the source of light that would be creating those highlights on her vest, on her face, and certainly on that bracer that's right behind her hand. And then I painted her hand white. I added a little bit more, a little bit of dry brushing here and there. But these are touches that you don't necessarily need to do. You could have stopped with the Drakenhof Nightshade and it would have been a perfectly acceptable tabletop miniature for the size of it. So there you go. Hope you enjoyed. Stay tuned for more painting videos.